Good morning. It's Thursday, the 12th of December 2019. Polling day. I'm just going to get ready and go down to the polling station. I won't tell you who I'm voting for, but it's not Tory. You can be rest assured of that. SNP. So, porridge and rhubarb for a total of, what is it, 331 calories or something. I need it after my epic walk yesterday. More of that in a moment. Bon appetit. Delightful. Tasty, man. I'm probably eating it too quickly. So, yesterday, I done one of the walks in my East Lothian Walks Pocket Guide, Dunbar to Dunglass, and then I walked on to Coburn's Path. Another mile or something. So, 27,500 steps. And I think it was something like 12 mile. 11 and a half, 12 mile. It took longer than I thought it would. Plus, my aim was to go to Coburn's Path Village Hall, where they serve lunches on a Wednesday. One day of the week, that's the only day of the week. They stop serving at 2 o'clock and it closes at 2:30. So I intended to leave at like sunrise, about 8:30. No, 20 to 10 by the time I left. So I thought, yeah, I thought it maybe 4 hours, you know. I shouldn't think really. So I went down to the harbour. I wasn't hurrying, by the way. I was just taking my time. And then I met a charming lady who was fascinated by my gimbal because I was recording the whole journey. 6 batteries I went through yesterday. So I walked from there along the beach, passed along the golf course, the Bar golf course, stopped at White Sands, because I was going to have something to eat before I left, a banana, never. The best laid plans of mice and men, Afghanagly. So I stopped there and I had a couple of tortillas with peanut butter. Amberan. Peanut butter. Delicious. So I stopped and had one there. Then I continued on past Barnes Ness and to Skate Raw. Lovely walk. It was a gorgeous sunny day, but a bitingly cold wind. I didn't feel it because I was wrapped up. But the wind was a nuisance. It was quite a strong wind. And the hat I had, I think it's slightly too large. It's like a beanie type thing. And it just kept on coming down over my eyes and sliding about my head. And of course I had shaved yesterday, so there's nothing for it to grip on. It's like as smooth as a baby's bum. So it was sliding about the place. It's just annoying, you know, just minor annoyances. So I stopped at Skate Raw, the public toilet there. And then I had my battery died. I think it's the battery that I hadn't used for a while because I thought it was dying. And I recharged that yesterday, put it in the camera, and it lasted, 5 minutes. So it's done. Anyway, yeah, I got to Skate Raw and stopped for lunch. Because I knew by then I wasn't going to make it to Coburn's Path for 2 o'clock. So I continued on from there, and the buckle on my cap snapped. I'd taken off my warm hat, my beanie, put on my cap, and I'd put my hood up in that because it was that windy. And then I was trying to tighten it because it felt loose. And it snapped, the wee buckle on the strap at the back. So, c'est la vie. I continued on, and you come to Torness Power Station. And there's a double walkway round on the coast side of Torness Power Station. The upper level, if it's like stormy weather, but I walked most of it, the lower level. It's just a concrete walkway. And that is like, it's over 1.5 miles around. And then you come to Thornton Loch Caravan Park. You have to walk along the beach there. So if the tide's in, that bit, I think you've got permission to walk through the caravan park if the tide's in. But you're not allowed otherwise. And then that continues on to Bilsdean, I think it's called. Up along, you have to walk up a bank and you're along the top of the cliffs. And that's quite a long stretch as well. And my gimbal died at that point. Never rains, but it pours. But thinking about it, I'd used that on Saturday, Clifftop Trail, Sunday, Clifftop Trail, Monday, Dunbar to East Linton. So I think that was over 4 hours just on Monday. And then it lasted another 4 or 5 hours yesterday. So it must have been 12 hours or something that battery lasted. That was pretty good. So just the last mile or 2 mile, whatever, I was just handheld the GoPro, but it's bobbing up and down with my funny walk. And then you come to, I don't know what the bit's called. There's a waterfall and that's beautiful. And you have to go onto the beach. That's another bit that's unpassable if the tide's in. And that was the most awkward part, because it's a pebble beach, well, a rocky beach, but big. It's not like wee pebbles. And it's sloping, and it's very uneven, and it's not easy to walk on. It's not nice to walk on. And that went on for, 400 mile, I think it was. No, it just felt like that. Probably half a mile or something. And eventually, there's a wee opening. Blink and you miss it. Off the beach. Back onto the John Muir Trail. And then that leads you up to Dunglass, under big bridges out crossing the A1. So from there, that was the walk finished, basically, the official walk. So by this time it must have been 2:45, something like that. So I walked up to Coburn's Path. I had now left East Lothian. I was now in the Borders. And I walked up to Coburn's Path. Never having been there before, I didn't know where the bus stop was. So I walked into like the village square sort of a thing. No sign of a bus stop. So I asked someone. They directed me to it at the bowling green. If I had continued on when I walked into the village, rather than turning off, I would have made it. I would have got to the bus stop. So the bus was at 19 minutes past 3. I got there at 21 minutes past 3. I had missed the bus. The next bus was at 5:16, so I had 2 hours to wait. By then, it was getting dark. It was bitterly cold. It must have been, I think it wasn't quite 0 because there was no frost, so it must have been 1 or 2 degrees. But there's a wee bus shelter, but it's open at the front, but at least there was a seat. So 2 hours. I thought I was going to phone for a taxi. But that would have cost a fortune. So I just waited. And I was on the phone to my mum at one point, and I take my gloves off. Well, that had chilled me to the marrow. I couldn't get my hands warm. Eventually, I got them warm again, but it took a long time. And then I was just stamping up and down, walking about, but I was trying to keep warm. Because by the end, I was starting to shiver. I had lost a lot of body heat. I had my shemag on, my kefayeh, or whatever you call it, scarf. I had my spare buff in the bag. I had that on. I had my hat, I had my hood up. My feet were fairly warm. Well, eventually, at the end, they started to get cold because your extremities lose heat first. And so 16 minutes past 5 came, no sign of the bus. I thought, oh no. Double checking the timetable. Does it run on a Wednesday? And eventually it came at about 20 past. So it was running late. If only the first bus had been running a few minutes late, I would have made it. So what a relief to get onto the bus just out of the cold. So I got home, I don't know what time, 6 o'clock-ish. I was hungry by then as well. Put my wee ceramic heater on. I'd had the heating on, the timer on, so it was warm. The living room was the living room was warm. Great relief, the heat. Oh man! But it was a great walk. It's very satisfying going for a walk. It's just, and when you're out there, it's just. I'm happy when I'm out walking because it's beautiful. And I didn't have my headphones on yesterday. You're at one with nature. That sounds a bit twee, but you can you hear all the sounds, the bird sounds, and it's fantastic. And so it was an epic walk. That's the longest walk I've done yet. Took a lot longer than I thought. Plus, I shouldn't have really. I shouldn't really muck about. If I'm planning to do something, I should stick to that plan. Rather than leaving an hour and 10 minutes late. What an idiot. So, I downloaded, or I transferred the files from the GoPro. I think it was 25 files or something. So it's like, I don't know how many hours, 5 hours or something. That's going to take a long time to edit. I'm still editing the walk from Monday, Dunbar to East Linton. That's going to take me a long time. I'm only as far as East Links Family Park, which is just a couple of miles away. Going to take a long time. Anyway, today, there's no rain forecast until this evening. So I'm thinking I was going to go to Aylesford and walk to Haddington. Rather than walking from Haddington to there, because the buses are only every 2 hours from there. So I've been trying to work out what way to go. I could get a bus to East Linton and walk to Aylesford. which is 5.5 miles or something. And then I would have the walk, 2.5 mile or walk, whatever, to Haddington. Maybe not such a good idea. I could get a bus to North Berwick, get a bus from there to Aylesford and do that walk. Or get a bus from here to Haddington and walk to Aylesford and sort of try and time it for buses and be there in plenty time for the bus. So I'll see. I'm off to have a bath. My legs aren't too bad. The only time I really feel my knees and my hips is if you're walking downhill. Uphill's not so bad. It's a struggle, but walking downhill, it puts a lot of strain on them. That's the really only time I felt it. Anyway, I've rambled on a bit. Again. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Ta-ta for now.